very excited about this particular bowl and this piece of wood. It's one of the nicer ones I've come across. It's I've already finished the backside, and I put it onto a jaw chuck, and then I've turned it over and I will be hollowing out the inside. The process that I go through starts with my doing sketches in my sketchbook and coming up with all sorts of ideas and saving them and looking at what I did before and trying to move the process forward, and then I record what I designed and built and when. But it's nice to have that as a way of looking back and making sure that I'm making some kind of progress forward. There's an artistry to it, and there's a technical component that go together. As you dive into a piece of wood, you invariably find certain aspects of it that you didn't know, that were hidden, that were deep within the wood, and then you find ways to avoid them or to take advantage of them. This right here, you can see, is a little occlusion of one kind or another. It's a little mark. It might be part of a wormhole or something like that. And so now we have to see if we can work around that. So I have a variety of woods, maples and cherries. There's some wenge here. This is a maple burl. Sometimes they're round, sometimes they're square. That's a babinga. This is a quilted maple. And then this is a burl. This is a pretty interesting, I think it's actually a maple burl. I will turn the bowl probably like that, although I haven't gotten around to it yet. In fact, I can barely bring myself to turn this piece because it's so fascinating just as a raw material. I tend to work on two types of bowls. This bowl is a large piece of solid figured maple, and it was just one chunk, which I turned as a solid piece. And I love the fact that it's totally natural. It's just one piece of wood, and I did it by turning this part out with my bowl coring system that allows me to save this and turn this as another bowl so I can make the most out of the wood. It's the whole sustainability approach to material management. This is called a segmented bowl, and this is a series of laid up individual pieces of wood, boards basically, that I cut into pieces and then glued together into a series of segmented rings and then glued them all up. And the nice thing is that you can get a pattern to this, which this obviously has, and you can get any shape that you want. I use a wonderful software program to design this, which makes it much easier than trying to figure it out by hand. So, you know, one side of me loves the natural piece as a, you know, taking advantage of what nature brought us in its raw and pure form, and the other part likes the man-made, designed, more intricate side. So I do them both. One of the reasons why I love working on bowls is it really is a creative outlet for me. I've always thought that there were two ways to go about design. One is to draw and create something and then execute it, and the other is to find the art as it evolves. And this is a little bit of both. You know, I started out with a round piece of wood here that I knew was going to be a bowl, and I wanted to put this kind of edge on it, but as I got into it, I let the back bend in a little bit and got a feel for it. The evolution of the design really is how the wood speaks to me, and sometimes they speak loudly and sometimes they don't, but I think this will end up being a really nice bowl and one I can be proud of. As much as I love turning a bowl, probably 50% of the effort actually goes into putting on a fine quality finish, and that's where you can see that the edge here, which is a wonderful edge, one of my favorites, really is expressed even more dramatically because of the fact that it has that sheen to it as it turns and makes its way down the edge of the bowl. Have to do all surfaces, inside and out. and then you sign it and you give it to someone.